Welcome back, students. Now we'll move to the second feature of democracy, that is free and fair electoral competition. Here we'll take the example of China and Mexico. In China, elections are held regularly after 5 years for electing country's parliament, called National People's Congress. The National People's Congress has got the power to appoint president of the country, but before contesting elections, a candidate needs the approval of the Chinese Communist Party. And secondly, the government is always formed by the Communist Party. Now we'll talk about Mexico. Since its independence in 1930, Mexico holds elections after every 6 years to elect its president. But until 2000, every election was won by PRI, that is, Institutional Revolutionary Party, and opposition parties never managed to win. The reason behind this was that PRI used many dirty tricks to win elections. So, students, should we consider the elections described in both these cases of China and Mexico as examples of people electing their rulers? No, not at all, as holding elections of any kind is not sufficient. The elections must offer a real choice. Thus, we add a second feature to our understanding of democracy, that is, our democracy must be based on a free and fair election where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. Now we will discuss about one more feature, that is one person, one vote, one value. Even today, there are many places where people are denied of equal voting rights. For example, in Saudi Arabia, till 2015, women did not have the right to vote. In the same way, in Estonia, people belonging to Russian minority find it difficult to get vote. In Fiji, an indigenous Fiji has more value than that of an Indian Fijian. All these things are really wrong. Democracy is actually based on the fundamental principle of political equality. This gives us the third feature of democracy, that in a democracy, each adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value. So now let's move on to the next feature. We'll take the case of Zimbabwe. In the year 1980, Zimbabwe attained independence from white minority. Since then, country has been ruled by ZANU-PF, the party that led the freedom struggle. Its leader was Robert Mugabe, and he was ruling the country since independence. Elections were held regularly in Zimbabwe, but always won by ZANU-PF. President Mugabe is popular, but at the same time, he also uses unfair practices in elections, like he has changed the constitution many times. Opposition party workers were harassed. Public protests and demonstrations against the government were declared illegal. These examples of Zimbabwe shows that popular approval of the rulers is necessary in democracy, popular governments can be undemocratic. If we wish to assess a democracy, it is necessary to look before and after elections. Basic rights of the citizens should be respected and they should be free to think, to have opinions, to form association. Everyone should be equal in the eyes of law. Students, here we conclude that democratic government cannot do whatever it likes simply because it has won elections, but it has to respect some basic rules. So, here we get the fourth and final feature of democracy. That is, a democratic government rules within limits set by constitutional law and citizens' rights. Hence, we conclude that democracy is the best form of government.